If I had to boil Leviticus 10 down to one central theme, I'd say it's this: God is holy, and he must be approached his way, not ours. Think about what just happened. Nadab and Abihu weren't outsiders. They were leaders, priests, people who knew better. But they decided to approach God on their own terms, offering something he didn't ask for. And the result was immediate. That sounds intense, but it shows something important. God's holiness isn't casual. Moses even says it plainly: I will be sanctified in those who come near me. In other words, if you're going to come close to me, you have to treat me as holy. Now bring that into a more familiar lens. This connects directly with Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That fear isn't about being scared. It's about deep respect, awe, and taking God seriously. And you also see it in the New Testament. Jesus says in John 4:24 that we must worship God in spirit and in truth, not just however we feel, but aligned with who God actually is. Even Paul the Apostle echoes this in 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Worship isn't random. It reflects God's nature. Here's why this matters so much. This passage isn't just about judgment. It's about responsibility in closeness. The closer you are to God, like the priests were, the more seriously you have to take his instructions. That's why right after this, God talks about staying sober and being able to tell the difference between holy and unholy. This is about clarity, reverence, and obedience. So if I were saying it to you just as a friend, God isn't looking for us to be perfect, but he is looking for us to take him seriously. Not treating him casually, not reshaping him to fit our preferences, but actually honoring him for who he is. Because real worship isn't just passion, it's alignment.